The perfect time to get outdoors and stay moving. If you are someone who enjoys going on walks in fall weather, but you notice heel pain in your foot when you wake up, it could be a sign of plantar fasciitis. A visit to Fleet Feet Lincoln can help you find the shoes and inserts you need to avoid that pain. Their Fit ID machine takes a 3D image of your feet and picks the shoes that work best for you. Visit Fleet Feet Lincoln, located off of 70th and Pioneers Boulevard, so you can stay moving.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
93.7 The Ticket has moved downtown, and you're invited to join us for New Beginnings. Join us for our grand opening on Thursday, October 5th at 6 p.m. to celebrate our new space with ribbon cuttings and more. Raising Cane's will be on site to provide entertainment and prizes as we bring downtown Lincoln the newest hangout spot for its favorite radio station. It's 93.7 The Ticket's grand opening at the new 11th and O location, sponsored by Raising Cane's. Tune in throughout the week for more information on times.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their pumpkin chai cream cheese, great with any bagel. Or have a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And of course, an apple pie dirty chai latte. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is kicking off October with Can-Am side-by-side specials all month long. Are you ready to rule the terrain on a 2023 Can-Am Defender, Commander, or Maverick? You call a play and score big with rebates up to $1,500 or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months. From an open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am side-by-side that's right for you, and Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has them all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer ends October 31st, 2023. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Koppel. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is Wednesday.
Oh,
There's an echo.
There is an echo. Oh, I know why.
You know why?
This is a Jake issue. Okay. Now we might be okay. Raff, you got to unmute yourself. All right.
Folks, while they're doing that, it is Wednesday here in Lincoln, Nebraska. The city is alive and going well. It's a cool, crisp Wednesday morning. A lot different than Monday. Monday was blazing, but today is pretty nice out, man.
AD, I told you that I felt like I was getting old, right? Because I drink coffee.
Oh, here you go.
Raff, do we have you?
Yes, sir.
Wow, how about that? All right, we can turn the volume up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I said earlier this week that I felt like I was getting a little older because I was drinking coffee when it was not below 60 degrees out. Well, I found myself today excited to wear. So back when I was younger,
last year,
back when I was younger, it was always, well, even when I was like 10, it was like
2 years ago.
I'm never wearing pants. I'm always going to wear shorts. I'm never going to wear long pants. Yeah. I'm going to wear shorts. I don't care if it's 10 degrees. I don't care if it's 12 below.
Hey.
I'm wearing shorts. Here's the deal. I am excited. I am thrilled. And I am ready to go for sweatpants and hoodie season. So much so that today, when it's a high of 72 degrees,
I see you.
I'm decked out in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Nick, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You know what?
I just feel like I'm maturing right before everybody's eyes.
You are.
And I just want to put people on notice, I guess.
Raff, I think he's wearing those sweatpants in honor of you. He's got sweatpants and a sweatshirt on.
They're not an off gray, but they're just gray. They're not. I also didn't buy them in bulk. I'm not sure they offer Nike sweatpants in bulk.
Oh, they do, but you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So
you can buy as many as you want.
Yeah, I'm sure there's no limit. But so I'm just I'm shifting and I'm shaping up my future right.
Man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Pretty soon you have that salt and pepper beard action going on.
I know. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Start getting old like me. You still have gray hairs coming out of your eyebrows.
Ears.
It's like ears. You got Chewbacca going on ears.
Yeah.
Rav, what's up down there in Bama, man?
Just another day. I was pleasantly surprised this morning when I saw the stream link hit the email. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, but, it was definitely going to be like an experiment here, but we figured it out, so we're okay.
Raff, is Raff our first one streaming in?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, so besides Adam.
Yeah.
But that's his own. He's the single one on there, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, Raff, what have you been doing the past couple of days, man? I seen you at a football game Monday night. What's on the agenda this week?
Oh, this week. Well, football's coming up again, so definitely got Nebraska football on Friday.
No, we're talking about you down there.
No, what are your plans? Yeah. Are you doing anything productive?
Yeah, what are you doing? Nick goes, boy, he's awfully busy. What are you doing down there, big dog?
Just resting and relaxation.
Dang, that's crazy. Just like the other 240 days of the year.
I'm on vacation.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm still working too. I'm doing both.
What work do you got?
No, if any emails come in or
if any emails come in,
doing some trainings.
Emails from North Platte.
It's like
I'm doing it all.
It's like that line in American Gangster. He goes, "What have you been doing up here?" He doing cop stuff, casing things out, getting the pulse of the city.
I promise I'm doing something.
I am doing stuff.
Oh, man. Hey, Raff, let me ask you this, man. Where you're staying at, the folks, your college friends, are they, I know they're from Nebraska, I believe.
Yep.
One of them is.
They're from Alabama originally, then they went to Nebraska, then back to Alabama. Yep.
The pulse I got down there when I was there last week was the amount of hate that Saban was getting. I won't say hate. That's a strong word. The amount of frustration people had with Saban. They lost one freaking game. They had a close game with Ole Miss. Beat the smoke, I think, out of Mississippi. Well, not beat the smoke out of Mississippi State, but beat them. Are you hearing anything about between the Saban outcry down there right now?
No, not a lot. These guys I'm around, they're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to football, so they understand, that I talk to them, about they don't have like that quarterback that's the difference maker. Look at Alabama football over the last 10 years. They've always had that one guy, running the. I mean, we talk all we want, but in college football, if you have a difference maker quarterback, it changes the whole trajectory of your program. I say that time and time again. Nebraska, they have a lot of work to do. Offensive line, defensive line, everything. But you get a difference maker quarterback, it changes the trajectory. It's a weird thing. So I don't know. I hold out for the day where Nebraska gets that person.
Yeah, you look at Colorado, and you look at their 3 quarterbacks they have.
Yeah.
All are talented. It's just not as talented as the ones they've had in the past. That's the reality. But to your point, Rav, it shows you, man, the pro level as well. But pro, I would say you definitely need a quarterback to get you going. But I think Baltimore Ravens, 7 years ago, showed you can win a Super Bowl. I mean, that's definitely the exception, not the rule. You need a quarterback,
and that's such an anomaly too. I mean, you can do it, but it's just you
better have a dominant defense.
And we're not at that spot yet in Nebraska football where you have that dominant defense. So now it's the recruiting aspect of it is finding that guy that fits your program, that fits your offense. That I feel like right now we're kind of like the offense coordinator has what his offense is, but then you have your quarterbacks that don't quite fit into what his offense is. So we're trying to take that square peg and put it into a round hole. I mean, one thing I will say is there hasn't been much talk about who the starting quarterback is going to be this week. There's been all talk about, practicing on Sunday and that. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out come Friday. Because I don't know, was there any question asked to whether Sims would be ready on Friday or?
Well, yeah, there were a couple questions. We'll see if I can just quickly pull it up. But what I was also going to say about Alabama is they don't have. Yeah, here's Sims injury update. They don't have.
Let's play that. When Pete's done.
That's fine. Yeah. So what I would say is they don't have. Alabama doesn't have the skill positions that we're used to either. There's not the general fan can name Alabama's wide receivers like in years past, or Alabama's running back in years past, some defenders on Alabama's team. There's no Devontae Smith. There's no Jamison Williams. There's no Najee Harris. There's no Trent Richardson or Mark Ingram. There's none of that on there to where you're sitting here and saying, maybe you can win with a Mac Jones. You can win with an AJ McCarron. You can win with whoever you throw out there. And so then you're expecting the quarterback to do everything, and maybe Jalen Milroe is not that guy. I think another thing of it also, guys, don't forget this staff Nick Saban went out and got Tommy Rees from Notre Dame. They plucked Tommy Rees away from Notre Dame and his alma mater, right, to come to Alabama. And when they benched Jalen Milroe, he turned to the Notre Dame transfer, Tyler Buchner, and it did not go well. And so then they had to make another change, and they ended up going back to Jalen Milroe. And so I think it just feels like there's not a whole lot of, I don't know if camaraderie is the right word, but just being on the same page, knowing what they want to do, having the talent to do that. Because it's interesting that Notre Dame hasn't skipped a beat.
No.
But why? They went out and got the best transfer portal quarterback they could in the country, and Sam Hartman, and that's making a huge difference.
One thing that they did say down in Alabama that I thought was kind of interesting was this NIL is really taking away from our recruiting classes. We're not getting all the top players like we used to. I'm like, oh, shucks, you're only getting 10 5-stars instead of 15.
Yeah. Poor you. It's interesting how that NIL is shaking up the force. In college football.
And I thought Bill on Bill's Thrills today was great, because I don't know if you guys listened to it at all, but I thought it was great because he talked about how there's this outside narrative saying that NIL and that the transfer portal is ruining college football, when in reality you look at the top 12 teams of a hypothetical playoff and half of them have transfer quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he brought up Michael Penix, which is a great example, because Michael Penix is at Indiana. He helped Indiana to one of their best seasons in recent memory, got Tom Allen a big contract extension, And now Tom Allen's going to get fired at the end of this year, more than likely.
Yeah, he fired fired his OC.
Fired his offensive coordinator, Walt Bell, 2 days ago. But like
Vicksburg?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take notes. But, like, are we talking about Michael Penix on a national level if he's at Indiana like we are with Washington?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Is Michael Penix in the Heisman conversation at Indiana? Probably not. So it's given guys a lot of opportunities, not only to compete on a national level and be in the national conversation, but it's leveling out the playing field, like Raff just said, with Alabama. You can't get this dominating recruiting class like you usually do and just overpower some of the teams.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to talk a lot more about Husker football. Ken, and the question I want to pose to you guys and pose to the Starter Hammond text line, 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln hotline as well. We got Rav zooming in. Yesterday he was on the Allo VIP line, brought to you by Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. We appreciate our partnerships and our teammates with that. Can Nebraska find 4? We'll talk about when we come back. Can Nebraska find 4? We'll be right back in about 4 minutes after a message from our teammates. It's The Drive, 937 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Honey, wake up.
What? Tom, it's 5 a.m.
Help me find my keys. I got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of trucks and bucks tickets. I really want to win one of the 8 new Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks they're giving away.
Tom, we've talked about this. Trucks and Bucks is the Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. So tickets are going to be around for quite a while, and it doesn't matter what time of day you buy them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so get back in bed.
As soon as I get back.
From where?
I've got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of, breakfast burritos. Yeah, breakfast burritos.
Play $2 Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. You could win one of 8 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their pumpkin chai cream cheese, great with any bagel. Or have a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And of course, an apple pie dirty chai latte. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
October is full of sports, with football and volleyball reaching mid-season and basketball and winter sports starting up. All the excitement of the games brings major stress, and stress causes tight muscles and pain. It's time to call the Body Shop, your place in Lincoln for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Eliminate the pain from sports watching stress today with a massage at the Body Shop at 48th and A and online at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
An entire week of celebrating Lincoln's Craft Brewers is just around the corner. October 2nd through the 8th is Lincoln Craft Beer Week. Head to lincoln.org/beer-week for a complete schedule of events at your favorite local establishments. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on this beautiful Wednesday morning here on 11th and O. Folks, if you need some coffee, there's only one place to go. That is the Mill right here at 11th and O, right in the studio, the home base of 93.7 The Ticket, where you can get a great – what was that one? Motel Mocha?
Moto Mocha.
Moto.
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 T-O.
Hello, Moto.
Yes. Yes. Like the Motorola.
Yes, the Moto Mocha.
I had one of those.
Motorola?
Oh, yeah.
I had one. Back in the day when they first came out, Cellular One is all you had. Any brand they had. Man.
Oh, yeah?
You went right there to 48th and Vine and had the Cellular One store. That was the one I went to, at least. There may have been more, but that was the one I went to and got the phone. And That phone was huge, man. It was like carrying a mug around.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't necessarily a bag phone, but it wasn't much smaller.
What was your guys' first phone?
I had a flip.
Flip? Raff?
I had one. It was kind of like a brick. It probably weighed about 3 pounds. It was. I remember my first phone service. Remember, there was no text messaging or anything like that, and I think I got 30 minutes a month phone time.
Wow.
So I had to be very conservative with my calls. I remember I rolled up like 2 $600 bills in 2 consecutive months. So I had to put a kibosh on my cell phone usage.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Rav, mine was that little small brick one. It wasn't the flip yet. It was that the bigger flip, but mine was the brick. It was a black brick like one.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I've seen those in the Saved by the Bell show.
Yeah. It was
a little bit smaller than that.
Smaller than that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember the buttons were crazy too, because they were, you had to really push them. It was the good old days.
Dang near had to stomp on the buttons to get a number across.
Yeah,
man.
It was wild.
You know, this wasn't no Siri. Siri was you.
Yeah. I had a slide phone, but I didn't get a phone till 8th grade. But I had a slide phone to where it was like, if I wanted to text it, it was a keyboard.
Yeah.
So my parents weren't getting me a smartphone, and so if I wanted to text, it was I slid it up, and then I had the keyboard.
Little keyboard.
Oh, I was like, man, this is pretty sweet. And then
Well, you think about this in 10 years from now, they're going to be laughing at the phones we're losing now.
Hey, so
that's what's crazy.
It is kind of funny. So I was driving on, this was a couple weeks ago, 27th and Vine. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but I promise it works into the flip phone conversation. So we're stopped at 27th and Vine, completely stopped at a red light. This girl next to me is talking on her phone, and she has it on speaker, and she's holding the phone by her mouth to talking to him. And so all of a sudden we're all at a complete stop. Okay. And all of a sudden her car starts rolling because she let off the brake, and it was just kind of coasting.
Oh my goodness.
While it's a red light, ends up hitting the car in front of her. The girl, the older lady, gets out of her car that she hit. She's still talking on her phone.
She's still on the phone.
She's still on the phone. I'm not entirely sure if she realized that she hit her, because obviously she just was rolling. It didn't hit her very hard. There was no damage or anything. But anyway, the girl gets out in the car that was hit, flips open her phone, and takes a picture. I was like, whoa! I haven't seen a flip phone in a while.
Yeah.
It was a bear. What's up, man? He just sent a picture of one, man.
Well, that was that night we were golfing with David from Renew. Welcome back, David. But
yeah,
remember we were gonna have that guy take a picture, and we're like, oh, wait a second, we'll give you one of our phones.
Oh yeah. He had like something archaic, man.
Yeah, well, and he might have,
I don't even know
taken about 30 minutes to take a picture too. So
I'm not even sure if that was a phone or not, man. I think that might have been a rangefinder.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, speaking of something too, I was listening yesterday while I was driving. 26-26. If I would have voted, I would have been the deciding vote. It would have been the first time in my life where if I would have voted, I would have been the deciding vote.
Raff, your vote matters. Your vote counts.
It would have mattered. But I was saying this. I'm thinking we just remix it to like a club mix. We've got some air horns in there and some brr, 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 and we'll just,
that's
we'll remix it.
A lot. That's unfortunately a lot.
We got to have a consortium. We got to have a meeting, man. A meeting of the minds to decide what we're going to do with the history song. It was good for a while.
Well,
it's time.
Well, since we're talking about it, we might as well take a break so we can play it after this break.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to play some history, and then we also want to discuss either before our guest comes on or after, how does Nebraska find 4? They need 4 games. What I mean by that, bowl eligibility. They need to find 4. And we talked about a little bit on the spillover yesterday with Sip and Coach B and Jake. The schedule is friendly to find it, but I said yesterday, and I'm going to say it again, I don't feel comfortable about a single game we're playing. But thank God we don't have the Penn State, the Ohio State teams like that in there. But still, we got we got to roll, man. We got to roll. We're going to roll and come right back, folks, with history. That song, it might be on life support right now, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com. Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their pumpkin chai cream cheese, great with any bagel. Or have a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And of course, an apple pie dirty chai latte. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is kicking off October with Can-Am side-by-side specials all month long. Are you ready to rule the terrain on a 2023 Can-Am Defender, Commander, or Maverick? You call a play and score big with rebates up to $1,500 or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months. From an open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am side-by-side that's right for you, and Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has them all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer ends October 31st, 2023. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
October is full of sports, with football and volleyball reaching mid-season and basketball and winter sports starting up. All the excitement of the games brings major stress, and stress causes tight muscles and pain. It's time to call the Body Shop, your place in Lincoln for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Eliminate the pain from sports watching stress today with a massage at the Body Shop at 48th and A and online at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. 93.7 The Ticket. 11th and O, come down and get your fresh cup of coffee, your pastries, whatever type of mix you want in your coffee, hot coffee, cold coffee, does it matter? We even got Nick drinking coffee like he's a mirror, like he's a wily veteran right now.
Just coffee and cream. That's all you need.
You know, there was a song.
Old Man River.
Old Man River. Give me my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
My coffee.
A little half and half. No
little
flavor.
half and half.
No flavor.
There was a song Heavy D wrote back in the day called Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream.
Just the way Nick likes it.
All right.
Here comes the famous song or infamous song, depends how you look at it.
Here we go.
Now punting.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much of biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Craig said mute. Craig said mute.
The only thing that does matter is retention. Craig, are you back now? Are you back? Because if so, you must not hate it that much.
You know, Hazelbear, you're right, man. That flip phone, that razor was sweet, but that battery was terrible on it, man. I mean, you had to use that in rations to get that thing out. Today, Husker history, folks. Go ahead.
Talk about Flip phones. I hope Jay's listening for this. Jay had this old phone, and he had it for about 12 years, I think. I think it was probably an iPhone 5. He just got a new one last week, and that man had to carry a charger with him everywhere he went to plug in that phone. It was an iPhone 4 or an iPhone 5.
Oh,
and that
man.
battery, I mean, because there's like those conspiracy theories out there about like how Apple will
they
hurt
do.
the battery life of previous phones to make you buy a newer phone.
Yep.
Jay was like, nah, you ain't getting me.
Yeah.
You aren't making me buy a phone. Jay stayed with that iPhone 5, and everywhere we went in Colorado, everywhere he goes, high school games, he always had to pull that charger out of his bag because he's like, man, dude, I make one phone call and I'm down to 15%. I was like, well, Jay, you might as well get a new phone. And he finally ordered one. Why? Because he couldn't make any more calls. He would answer a call and none of his speakers would work. And so he finally had to get a new phone last week. We made Jay get a new phone.
Jay, I'm proud of you, little bro. I'm proud of you, man. You're making them changes.
He doesn't like the Face ID. He was telling me, he's like, man, I don't like this. He's like, oh, Face ID. He doesn't like how he's like, there's no home button. I just have to swipe up. He doesn't like the update in technology, Jay Foreman, for you. He's a simple man.
Yeah, Apple knows what they're doing. Ron says he's 50. Ron, good morning, Ron. Ron is 56 years old and it says, I'm 56, haven't drank a full cup of coffee yet. It's not got hooked. Unknown texter 7563. He goes, that song makes me switch up stations for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah. That was a quick 10 minutes.
Welcome back.
Glad you're listening, man.
It's all about retention.
That's it, baby. That's it.
You keep coming back.
Now, if they leave and come back, does that mean we get 2 views?
No. That's awesome.
Husker history, 1978, one of the greatest walk-ons ever. What's his name, Raff?
I'm going to go I am hip.
I am Isaiah Moses Hip from Virginia. Runs for 4 touchdowns in a 69-17 beatdown of Indiana. Isaiah, just the name. You think about, okay, it's the 70s, okay, with funk and all the rest of that. And your last name is Hip?
Yeah.
Because in the black vernacular, hey, man, I'm hip. Because, you say, man, how you doing, man? That dude's terrible. Yeah, I'm hip, man. He is terrible, man. Not hype. I'm hip.
That
was a 70s term. I can remember as a little guy, listening to my older brothers talk. And when their buddy, because there was a 12-year gap between me and my older brothers, 10, 12 years. And they'd have their buddies at the house. And you'd hear, yeah, man, that's righteous, brother. That's righteous. Oh, I'm hip. I'm hip. Yeah, I'm hip. I am hip is your name.
That's awesome.
Isaiah Moses Hip has one of the greatest walk-on stories ever at Nebraska. And about 10 years ago, I was speaking out in Virginia, Ocean Lakes High School, where he's Ocean something, Virginia, but Ocean Lakes High School is where I spoke at. And he was working there as one of the track coaches, and assistant coaches at the time. Wow. And he is actually Erwin Sweeney's father-in-law. Husker cornerback, Erwin Sweeney, that is his father-in-law. And Isaiah Moses, he's a golfer too, plays a lot of golf. But his story, how he got to Nebraska was not on anyone's radar for the most part, and became one of the most beloved and one of the best running backs ever played in Nebraska, man. Isaiah Moses Hip.
My first favorite player.
Yeah, man, that's insane, man. For me, it was his name.
Yeah.
It was his name. I'm 5 years old, 6 years old, and he's there. You hear Isaiah Moses Hip, one of the smoothest afros ever, along with Wonder Mons. Man, they had some
Wonder Mons.
Oh,
Wonder
yeah.
and I am.
Yes. I mean, think about that, man. I mean, you got a name like Hip. I am Hip. Oh, you better be the real deal, man. You better be the real deal. That day, Nebraska beat the Hoosiers 69-17 is something, because the Hoosiers are in trouble right now, too. Gained 613 yards in total offense. Speaking of 613 yards total offense, I'm going to just bleed a little bit. Since Matt Canada has been the OC for Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Notice I've said this in just kind of just in portions, not a lot.
Yeah.
We have not had one 400-yard game of offense since he's been the OC. Every other team in the NFL has had 4 of them. Not one 400 yards offense game since he's been the OC.
Bring back Todd Haley.
Bro, I don't care if you bring back Haley's comment. I don't care what you do. We need and I never go on and say fire this guy. All I'm simply saying, make the changes you need to make, because eventually
fire this guy.
Yeah.
Fire him. Gotta go.
Here's the reality, man. If Tomlin doesn't make some changes,
Tomlin,
it's on him at this point. So all those yards. I'm just thinking, man, Nebraska 1979 at 613. We can't get 400 in Vicksburg.
Absolutely.
You know who might have been the coach for that Indiana team?
Oh, yeah. Ron just said it right here. It was Lee Corso.
Yep, Lee Corso.
Lee Corso talks about that beatdown still.
Yeah.
He talked about that when me and Tyrone Williams met Lee Corso at the Orange Bowl, and he talks about how Coach Osborne beat him bad. Beat him bad. Tyrone said, hey, man, he beat you like you stole something, Frank. Beat like you stole something, Corso. Folks, we'll be right back. We got a guest at the top of the hour. We're going to talk a lot about youth sports, collegiate sports. How has it changed? How do you parent during something like this? And how do you even coach during the crazy social media, me first? If my kid doesn't like it here, they'll go there. Landscape we're in right now in collegiate and high school sports. We'll be right back, folks, with our guest, 937 The Ticket, The Drive.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
October is full of sports, with football and volleyball reaching midseason and basketball and winter sports starting up. All the excitement of the games brings major stress, and stress causes tight muscles and pain. It's time to call The Body Shop, your place in Lincoln for all types of massages. Deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Eliminate the pain from sports watching stress today with a massage at The Body Shop at 48th and A and online at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. And there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, They deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies along with a light breeze. We'll see an afternoon high of around 73. Tonight, mostly clear skies and calm winds. Overnight low should be around 51. And tomorrow, more sunshine with a light breeze. Pretty similar day with a high of around 73. Meteorologist Kyle Puck for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. 11th and 0. We're still drinking coffee. Nick is drinking coffee. Raff is in Alabama. I'm not sure what he's drinking.
Well,
but
he's vacationing, so, he's taking time off.
Shocker.
Much needed.
Much needed.
Mamba mentality.
What's that?
Body armor?
Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality. I think
that means nothing.
I think it's really.
Oh.
I think it's really, you should not mention your name, the Mamba mentality.
I was just going to say that's a little disrespectful to Kobe Bryant there.
Hey, when I'm in Alabama, I always got to be ready to attack at any moment.
What are you going to
do? For what?
What?
I don't know. Whatever. Any obstacles, anything. Got to be on alert at all times.
Oh my gosh!
You got Pete Ferguson in the studio, Raff. Pete's going, what is Raff talking about?
I'm like, where you at, Raff? Security witness protection might be there. I mean, I think there's an FBI office located down there. You can go to the embassy and just say you're an American. It's not like you're running into the Cuban beach or something like that.
Raff is chilling in the sweatsuit on a couch. He's fine, I assure you.
Yeah. Man, it looks pretty cozy there.
You know, Pete, one thing just keeps on rolling through my head the last couple of days. By you using a different profile picture, you cost the Cowboys an undefeated season. You could have been just like the Miami Dolphins, but you ruined it for the entire state, team, Dallas, Texas, Cowboys.
Cameron Magruder, if you all know, watch on Twitter online, and Cameron does a lot with it. He's a big fan of the Cowboys, I think Florida Gators or whatever else. I made amends with him, and I feel like that's who I needed to apologize to. Mike McCarthy still has some things out there, but I spoke to who I needed to speak to. I'm back in good graces. I'm back on the newsletter list, and and December 30th, when I go out there for the Cowboys Jets game, I am allowed to go into the Dallas Cowboy outlet. That was my biggest concern on making sure that I could go ahead and get bargains and deals.
You know what? That's a shame that you're going to the Jets game, though.
Well, I mean, is it really a shame that anybody can go to and get that experience?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good point. I mean, I will say, so back when AT&T Stadium opened, was it 2014? Or was it a little bit before that even? I can't remember. I went down
Jerry's
to
World?
Dallas, Jerry's World.
Yeah.
What year was that?
I think
It was before that, actually.
Okay,
Wow.
so anyway, a couple of years before that, I was at the first year it opened, toured the stadium when I went down there to see some family. That place is pretty cool.
It's phenomenal.
insane.
I mean, I went through.
Wasn't the Sioux game was that wasn't the first year it opened? Was that Big 12 championship game?
Yeah, because everybody was making a huge deal about the scoreboard hanging from them in the middle
with the punter, with the kicks and the kickoff. Yeah. No, visiting is. I went when they had the draft down there, and so we weren't allowed to get on the field, and so they were setting up and everything. But it was the time they had let not Irving, Des Bryant go. The day before, and so like we had just missed in the tour that they said somebody came in and took his thing, his nameplate out of the locker.
Oh, no way.
And the guy who gave the tour goes, something really happened, because he goes, they leave those up, they leave those there, like Dorsett's, like that is sacred. And so that's when you knew there was a falling out of some sort, because he goes, they rarely ever do that. Like they really respect and honor people who have contributed.
Jeez.
And so we were sitting there. My wife didn't appreciate it as we were walking around, because I was like trying to take pictures and everything. And, we went in the they take you to the cheerleaders, session and everything.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
That's
they were having
crazy.
a draft. So that was my memory of that tour right there. They came in, boom, and then walked out. And I was like, and then the news came out shortly thereafter that there was stuff going on with Des Bryant.
Well, that's crazy. Des Bryant, fun fact, there's this show going out right now that I was just watching it a couple days ago, where they pick actors, some celebrities, former athletes, and they put them through Navy SEAL team training. And Des Bryant's on there.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's a freak.
I mean, the whole thing, all the challenges that they put them through is insane, and it shows the magnitude that the SEAL team, operators and things like that have to go through. But it shows that not everybody's built for that.
Right.
It's insane. It's insane. But Des Bryant's on that show.
Well, I tell you what, folks, we are glad to have Pete Ferguson in the house. Before I get to Pete, I want to say the OJCJ. Hey, brother, thinking of you. Won't put it on blast in case you're not comfortable with that, but we're glad the song makes you laugh, man. Get healthy. Get well, brother. Always appreciate your support, man. And thoughts and prayers going up for you, brother. Take care of yourself. Folks, we have Pete Ferguson in the house. He is the host of Bigger Than the Score that comes on every Sunday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. We wanted to start bringing Pete in on Wednesdays throughout this month, maybe longer as well, to talk about collegiate, high school, and coaching, and just youth sports in general. The change of the landscape of where it is right now. It's a lot different than it was even 4 years ago. I would even say 3 years ago. Pete, good morning, my man.
Good morning. Hey, I really appreciate both of y'all and listening in the morning. It's nice to see, Nick dressed up, got the sweat, the clean sweatshirt
going
on.
Going to a wedding.
And the gray pants.
To a wedding.
No, not going
Look at you.
Nice day for White's wedding.
He's the ring bearer.
I don't want to make a big deal, but I got the J's on too.
Yeah, he's got Jordans on too.
Ooh, with some blue accents.
Yeah,
we might have to talk
accent,
about. We might have to get you some black ones with some gray on there.
There's a plethora of styles going on over there.
I didn't mix brands though. I got the Nike sweatpants on. So.
Men's Warehouse, you do not have to worry.
Yeah, you're good. We assure you're good.
Anyway,
Pete, what is it like? You have Jada now, who is at UNK.
Yep.
And finishing up she's in her graduate year.
Yeah.
At UNK was a magnificent event for her to come back here and play at Memorial Stadium during the Nebraska volleyball night for you to experience that. Because I want to do this on a series. Obviously, we're going to let you lead, but I want to go on a series. Pete, why did you start coaching? When did you start coaching youth sports?
You know what? So sometimes a lot of people start thinking I did it when she was born. And actually, I had done that years before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was tabbed. I saw my dad do it. And so my dad was involved. You had noted that he coached us and coached at the Malone Center when we moved to Lincoln, but he also coached in Arizona, and he was in the military when we moved around. And so that was something that just I've always seen individuals, and honestly, I've been fortunate enough to be around and see individuals do it the right way.
Yeah.
And when I got out of college, I came here and was just engaged. I coached a team of scholars, and to be honest, they were not good. It was young men, but I always talked about that I wanted it to be bigger than the score.
Yeah.
And so I still see these young men today. I when they invite me to their weddings, they have children, they're coaching, but when I see them, I just saw one at Cheddar's, and I walked out, and they're like, "Hey, coach," and it's like a 30-some-year-old man, and and so I started just probably 20, 21. I did a YMCA team, and just really wanted it to be the experience that honestly that I had, but also some of the things that I may have not had during that. So it wasn't just about the score. Now I want to win. I'm as me, I'm as competitive as anybody.
Right.
But that's kind of when it started. And then Jaden was born in 2000. She would just come with me to different things. Kind of out of need. That was something I did, and she was there and picked up on some things. And then, to be honest, like any dad, and again, there's a lot of daddy ball out there, mama ball, and we want more mom balls, to be honest. We need more female coaches, but that was something that I just was like, okay, I'm gonna coach because I want her to be an all-around, multi-involved, multifaceted individual.
Right.
So she was taller. I didn't want her to just be stuck in the post.
Yeah.
Because that's where I ended up and didn't know how to do different things. Volleyball, wanted her to be able to set, wanted her to be able to wanted her to understand that, her academics were just as important with what was going on, but always knew that I would step to the side when I couldn't provide her what she needed or somebody better. And so we were able to do that during her career. So I coached her pretty much probably up to 8th grade.
Pete, when you have the way youth sports is right now, man, how have you seen it? Change?
Yeah, a lot of people say, back in the day, it's the downright, it's paying the fees to get in the facilities and this, that, and the other. And, to be perfectly honest, I kind of tell people to put that aside. If you don't want to do it, don't pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like
there's still free leagues out there.
It's like academics. I mean, it's like school. Like I tell people, if you don't like something, like I'm not telling kids not to go, but if you want change, you have a voice, you go to meetings, you speak up, and you don't do it. And I'm not saying it's right, as it does present barriers, but what I've seen change is honestly the developmental aspect. I have to give credit to like people like Hepburn up in Omaha. People staying true to kind of what they say.
Right.
And it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to say, I'm going to provide a developmental experience and not tag winning onto that, because parents want to win. Kids want to win. They want to be able to post, hey, was at a tournament, we went 6-0, this, that, and the other. And it's that short-sighted vision that I think it used to be a longer-term vision, that it is a process. You invest in it, and these are the steps that it'll look like.
Pete, I'm gonna throw some things out there to you right now, man. From a coaching perspective, as well as an official perspective, because you've done some officiating as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this out there to you. Across the country right now, I was speaking at a conference in Chico, and a number of the refs that were out there were like, "We're not doing this next year."
Right.
We've had stories on our show in the past where you look at Talib's brother down in Texas about 6 months ago, probably close to a year ago now, at a youth game, shot and killed a person in a youth game. You look at the coach that was just fired. I think he was in Texas again, Texas, I believe it was, where he punched the player in the stomach.
Yeah.
He was fired right away. You look at these instances, and I'll go back to when I helped coach my kids' youth football team, and when I coached their basketball team, to where in football, we're winning by 40, literally with 40 with like 3 minutes left in the game, and we're just calling basically ISOs.
Yeah.
The parents on the other side of the sideline were yelling at us. I mean, because in the youth football here, football in Lincoln, the coaches, you could call the plays from the middle of the field. At that age where they were at, and they were yelling at us, and I'm sitting there just laughing. I'm thinking, what do you want to happen? You want us to hang 80 on you?
Right.
But there were parents that were yelling at us, let them play. We're like, we are letting them play.
Yeah.
So we cleared our bench, let everybody play. Then from the basketball standpoint, like yourself, I was playing Aiden, scholar.
Yeah.
Enjoyed athletics, didn't love athletics.
Right.
I was literally coaching a bunch of lawyers, doctors, And
which is going to be better for your ROI.
Yes, you better believe it. Because when Aiden said, "Dad, I got in law school full ride," my wallet began to clap in my pants.
Thank you.
Literally, it was like I was in tears. I was crying, son. I'm proud of you. My wallet's also proud of you.
Thank you.
When I was coaching guys, we got the brakes beat off of us almost every game. And those guys were out. I'm looking at these guys because being the competitor,
right?
At times I had to check myself. I'm like, AD, these dudes are out here to have fun. And they were great kids. And I see those kids today and they're doing awesome things, medical school, law school, in the workforce, whatever. And they still talk about that fun experience. They're like, yeah, man, we got killed every game. I'm like, yeah, we got killed every game. But they had a good time.
Right.
What I'm simply, the point is, Pete, there's something in the water of so much negativity in sports now. How did you deal with that from the noise from the sidelines when you were coaching, when you were watching Jaden play, when you were officiating? How do you deal with the audiences right now, man? And do you blame refs and coaches who don't want to get involved anymore?
It's hard. I mean, I think one of the things is first off, we always talk about the negative side of things. There's some joys. There's some tremendous joys. I will tell you, I remember a lot of the times Connie Edmond, who had a son at Southeast or Southwest
Great
High
athletes.
School, and phenomenal athletes. But I remember coaching, and one morning she came in and she was saying stuff to me or whatever else. And I remember I said something back, and the next morning that she had brought me donuts. Like, we still talk about that opportunity. It's those joys and those connections.
Yeah.
Like, when you get in officiating, when you get in athletics, it's not, to be honest, people are like, oh, it's the win-loss records. No, one, it's about development. And two, I look at it about long-term connections. There are people who are engaged with my daughter, engaged with me because of the relationships. And I always talk about relationships matter.
Yeah.
Because the relationships that I was able to build through those connections and those opportunities, but you have to be intentional about it. Most individuals go on and, you talked about the officiating. They look, oh, okay, I'm going to get yelled at. I'm going to get this, that, together. I intentionally go out, hey, whose hand can I shake today? Whose parent can I take? Seeing a kid score their first basket in first grade and they lose their ever-loving mind. They're jumping up and down and hands up. Like, I remember it to this day. And their parents, get back on defense, get back. No, you celebrate. And parents take a picture of that.
It's like me getting to Nebraska football games.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
Don't let that balloon go.
Hold that.
But it's those type of things of, like, one, having officials look at it that way. I think the second part, like you talked about, is just like going out and how do you handle it. I was sitting in the stands and people like, how are you so calm? Like, you would just sit there or whatever else. I get nervous every time my daughter plays.
Yeah.
To this day, she has played more games than I can even imagine. And I got butterflies the day before that. I'm not going to sit here and lie that I'm somebody that's just like, and she's had a lot of success.
Yeah.
She has had a lot of success. But I've always said this, it's not my journey. And there's times I've had to check myself on that. It is not for her. It is not my journey.
See, Pete, you hit on something right there, man. It's not my journey. Do you think there's a discrepancy? I want to say discrepancy. Do you think there is a misunderstanding with parents and coaches at times? Go ahead.
There's a major disconnect.
Yeah. Nick, you've been on the coaching side too. I want to hear this.
Watching it. You're broadcasting.
This is not my journey. Go ahead, you guys. Expound on that.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, parents living vicariously through their child. And you can to an extent to where it's still positive and productive. You can still enjoy the journey alongside them, but alongside them instead and not instead of them.
Right.
You know what? There's a story that, and I want Nick to share this story with you, Pete. Time with you were at a local place here in town. You feel. I want you to share the premise of that story.
So I'll make it quick. A kid comes in for a baseball lesson with me, and we're starting to hit off a tee and just starting simple, right? And he was pretty good. He was pretty good, and he came in a lot. And it was almost every day. And he's probably at this age, probably 10, 11 age, And I asked him because he was like, his attitude just was not there. And you can see that, right? And I asked him when his dad walked away. I said, hey, I was like, do you want this? Like, do you want this? And he goes, I enjoy it, but not as much as my dad wants me to enjoy it. And then I said, well, have you told him? And he said, no, because I don't want to disappoint him. And that's that. I mean, so then that puts me into this position where I'm like, okay, I got to have this conversation, where at the time I was 19 years old or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sitting there going, how am I supposed to tell this 30 or 40-year-old guy how to handle his kid and how to raise his kid. And so it was like this really interesting conversation because I said, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, what do you find like passion in? And he's like, I want to build something. I love science. I love science experiments. And so it wasn't like, hey, I want to quit baseball and do nothing. It was, hey, I want to play tennis and maybe play a little bit of a lower league of baseball because that's what I find joy in.
Right.
Well, and it's crushing. It's crushing to hear when 12-year-old or 13-year-old kids are scared to tell their parents that because of what they think the repercussions are. Because although at that age they might not know everything that's best for them, if the parents aren't willing to listen and put stock into what they say, then that's where the disconnect is.
Well, and everything you said like resonates because I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a perfect individual.
Yeah.
I won't go into everything in regards to my daughter, but there have been times at the pinnacle when she's experienced some of the most success that she did not want to continue. And people will not know those stories and those nights that she's come home and it's eaten my gut where she says, like my wife has said, like, you're going to have to be okay. She may not want to play basketball anymore. And here are the reasons why. And it's hard for her to tell you. And so being in that situation, completely understanding that, and I wish I would have done earlier, kind of some of the things where I would have opened up channels where, you know, we could have those conversations. She could enjoy those moments with me and her being on the bench. And I enjoyed the fact of, you know, I always tell this at meetings when people ask me at their coaches meetings. I say, you know, have a coaches meeting, but invite somebody else to come do some of the general conversations, like the X and O's, be at practice, do this or whatever else. But one of the things I would share at my coaches meetings, like if there's a parent in this organization that's coaching, I'm going to tell you right now, they have a favorite. It's their kid.
Yeah.
It's their kid. Don't email and be like, hey, you have a favorite kid on the team. They do. And if they don't, I'm going to have every one of those kids stand up and this is your favorite. And you need to hug them after every game, get a picture with them. But they don't do favoritism. And so like opening those channels, again, it not being your journey. It's tough because sometimes there's an investment made and what that looks like and your travel. And I would say if there's one thing we did well, but there's also kind of a regret, like vacations center, people are, our vacations all center around our volleyball trips or our basketball trips. Like that shouldn't be the case. And so I think that's one thing right there that happened. We would go on trips and people like, oh, we don't need to eat at Panera again. Like we're going to go on a college campus and we're going to walk around. And the cool thing at the beginning was she got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, but she also got to communicate and build relationship and rapport, not on a recruiting visit, but because that's part of what we did. Like that's where you're going to end up regardless of this sport. And it's also might be separate from these individuals and the great things, but also the drama that might be going on. And so I don't know, there's a lot, but I think communications is key.
Yeah. Communication's huge. And I also like, there's a fine line between understanding when a young athlete just doesn't want to do it and just allowing them to quit, or making sure that, hey, they do not enjoy this. They find passion in something else.
Yeah.
There's a fine line because I am with it. Like, hey, stick with it. See if it changes. But also when a child is young enough to communicate, but is scared to, that's when it's a little scary.
You know, it's I'm gonna read a few of these. I got a quick story. Unknown texter 2655. Appreciate you. It's about setting the stage for kid player, not adding another level burden of letting down a parent. As a longtime Lincoln youth football coach, I can tell you that usually the more a parent or coach tries to live vicariously through the kid or player, the less likely the player will be successful. I totally agree with you, man. And thanks for your unknown texter, for your contribution to the community and shaping up these young people. My boys, I think by the grace of God, you know, obviously Brooke, my wife, has done it. We've done our best, you know, failures, faults, and all. My kids have seen the failures, faults, and all. So definitely no perfect parents out there. One of the reasons why I know we're still close today, they said, Pops, you never forced us to do what you did.
Right.
You never looked down on us, because when both of the boys said, hey, you know what? I like football. I don't love football. I said, find something else. Find what you love to do. Keenan says, man, I got buddies. Aiden, both of the guys said, we had more pressure heard more from our friends. Well, is your dad going to make you play? Because what he did. No. Keenan he started playing soccer. I didn't know anything about soccer. Then I started learning about soccer. I still don't understand that offsides penalty, but I'm getting there. Right. You know, Aiden, I had the boys. Aiden started playing tennis. You know, they would say One Love. I'm like, okay, that's a heck
of a song.
That's a heck of a song. One love. You know, Houdini was coming with it.
Raising Cane's motto?
Two, love. Three,
we're not getting oranges today. We're getting Raising Cane's. We don't even have to win.
I was at these events. I didn't know what was going on, but I seen them having fun, and I said, I'm gonna get behind it. Pete, why do you think why don't parents see that early? And Tim Ernst here said, Pete is truly a man, and we love Coach Ernst too. He goes, Pete is truly a man that practiced what he advised. Saying about you, Pete, Mr. Tim Ernst.
I appreciate that.
Pete, why is it what you're doing now? Is it easier for you to talk to parents? Do you see it more? Do you can pull a parent to the side? Because, being a seasoned parent, you've raised an amazing daughter. You and your wife have done an amazing job. When you see it, is it hard for you not to say anything? If you know them, of course, not just walking up to strangers. Hey, what are you doing with your kid? What are ways that you kind of combat that now and what you do in Bigger Than the Score?
I think one, just profiling on Sundays of just bringing scholars in. And if you listen, I ask them, what's the piece of advice that you'd give to your peers? What's the piece of advice you'd give to kind of educators? And what's the piece of advice you'd give to the community? If you listen, there's a common thread. Like, let us be us. Let us do us. And, even some of our younger ones are like, I wish, they wouldn't yell as much at different events or games or put as much pressure. Like, let us live our lives. And it's hard because I will say, again, as a parent, it's not easy when you see potential in your scholar or your kid that they don't see in themselves. Because, like when you've played, Nick, you've coached at a high level and you see kids and you're like, okay, your footwork or your skill set, like if you just match that mindset and you're just like, man, you could make it happen. And so it's that balance of how do you like engage, encourage, empower, and allow them to network with individuals so they can tap into that and make a informed decision, not a forced decision. So that's one of them. The other one is just taking advantage of opportunities. My quick story is this on refereeing. I remember there was a couple parents that were just yelling at their kids, like, go, go. And it's like basketball. I did a lot of basketball. And I'm like, that's one of the most confusing, hard to learn sports. Like volleyball, you have a net between you. Football, you get to go reset. People don't understand, like basketball, it's 5 people. You can teach a play and somebody's disrupting that. And if they figure it out, you got to make an adjustment and they've got to do that on the fly. And I remember these kids they just weren't figuring something out. They were just they were double dribbling the ball. I would teach why I was like, hey, you're not going to fix that during the next 20 minutes. So when it didn't matter, here's what you need to do, da-da-da. And a parent was yelling at the kid. You could just see his eyes were welling up. And he was just like, and I looked at him and I said, hey, we can fix this real quick. And he goes, how? And I said, I can throw your parent out because I have that kind of power. He got the biggest grin, smile. That parent started going ballistic. What are you smiling about? Da, 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 da. Like, what did he tell you? So I went over and I told the parent. Again, it's taking advantage of those moments when you're in those positions of either power or the opportunity, not waiting. And I just said, I told him that basically, to be honest, if he didn't want you here and others, we could make that happen. Now, they were upset, but they're like, you have no business telling. But for that moment, that scholar got to enjoy like being in that space. And the parent later said, thank you. I needed that to put things in perspective and we're able to enjoy the rest of the season.
Folks, we're going to hear a lot more this month from Pete because there's so much to unpack with this, the impact that he's making and has made and just things he sees beyond the scoreboard. I think it's perspective. And we talk, collegiate sports, pro sports. We always like to talk about what community leaders are doing in youth sports, and not just youth sports, youth scholars, youth development, community development. Pete has organized the MLK March for the past, how many years now?
Be 27 this year.
27 years. Nick was not even born when he started this, doing those. So we will have
-6.
Yeah, he was -6.
Nick, I didn't even have to do just for men treatment in the morning. When I started.
Pete's thing was about Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, and Nick wasn't even a dream yet as far as that goes.
Adidas had 3 stripes, one day off.
Folks, you got to tune in to Pete's show every Sunday morning, 8 to 9, Bigger Than the Score. He'll be with us each Wednesday for October for sure, and his schedule permitting, because it's a great piece we like to add in. Pete, we appreciate you coming in, brother. We definitely want to pick up this conversation next Wednesday because we got more questions, and our listeners want to tune in as well. and ask more questions as well. Because a lot of our listeners are in that stage of life with their kids right now too, man, or will be soon as far as that goes. Folks, again, it's Pete Ferguson, the host of Bigger Than the Score on every Sunday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. right here, 937 A Ticket. We'll be right back. Who are those 4 wins we got to get? We'll be right back. Drive.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Give-A-Rito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L, or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. Drink locally and support local businesses during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 2nd through the 8th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln, downtown Haymarket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proud. This segment is proudly sponsored by Florial's Italian Grill on 14th and Pine Lake Road. For all your good times, good moments, good food, just a place to meet. You want to go to florialsne.com, or you can call 402-423-5576. Florial's, get there. Great food, great owner, great environment.
Shout out to
All
Bess.
great.
Yeah, shout out to Bess. And huge thanks to Pete for coming on by and hanging out with us. Which I wanna address this really quickly. And I'm gonna try to be as kind in this as possible. We got these questions or we got these comments on our YouTube stream, and it says your guests are about to check out. What is this? That was two different people that sent those two comments in on our YouTube stream while Pete was in here talking about youth sports. I want to make this very clear. There are bigger things than a Nebraska football game going on Friday. There are bigger things than regurgitating a lot of the same talk that you'll hear across the entire state about Nebraska football and their 45-7 loss on last Saturday to Michigan. There are more important things in this world than what goes on down than a block away from where we're at right now on 11th and 0 at Memorial Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And what we just talked about is one of those things.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to put your name out there, but you should be really disappointed in yourself for typing that and sending that in. Because
dang, Nick.
Not that it's any of your information. Our guests and our listeners skyrocketed during that segment.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments on here. People wanted to know, I mean, just saying thank you for the information. You know, we have one right here. He says, I was driving and couldn't ask. Is requiring your child to play a sport to keep him active a problem? I told my kid I don't care what sport it is, but I want him to play a sport to keep him from becoming too comfortable, which I agree, brother. Playing games, just eating potato chips and not doing anything. Is that wrong? Or no, you're spot on, Big Money.
And that's what
Thanks
that's what I was telling Pete is like, and we were talking, during the break, that unfortunately there is this fine line between especially in today where there's video games and the technology is so accessible, right? That it's easy to just want as a 22-year-old and as a 30-year-old or as a 40-year-old, it's easy to just be like, no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to break. I just want to relax.
Right.
It's easy to. And so there's this fine line, I think, when talking about youth sports to where it's like, yeah, I don't want my kid just to quit and not do anything productive, but you also want him to do, you don't want him to despise you as a parent 20 years down the road or not enjoy his youth sports experience or her youth sports experience.
Yeah. You know, I think back and like I said, I look at the comments on our text line and on our YouTube stream, but I would say to those in the YouTube stream is that we try to keep it diverse, which we always will do that.
There's more to this than Nebraska football.
Yeah.
And I like there's more important things out there than strictly collegiate athletics, because what's the future of collegiate athletics? It's youth sports. And we always talk about why is Omaha so advanced and why are other states so advanced, and Lincoln and Nebraska are slowly catching up. They are, but these are the conversations that need to be had in order to, in 10 years down the road,
Absolutely.
say, hey, look at, like Lincoln is not competing for a state championship in football right now. Why? Because they don't have a Steve Warren yet. They don't have, they have people that are putting themselves in places to become one, but they don't have it quite yet. And without it, that's where these conversations need to be had.
Yeah.
There's value in this as well, because the people that say, as somebody on our text line said, people that say they want to check out, the people that turn the channel, are you turning the channel because you only want to hear about Nebraska football, or are you turning the channel because you don't want to know that what you're doing is wrong
or part of the problem,
or you're adding to the problem instead of stopping it?
Yeah, there's a lot of folks texting in, that's for sure. Nyla says, I had to teach my kids this year about making commitments to team and sticking with that. Lots of tears this football season for sure. Absolutely. You know, again, I'm going to a big shout out to Pete. We're going to Kevin from Lincoln says, you tell him, Nick. Yeah.
He starts drinking that coffee and he just turns into a brand new man.
I completely get that. I like you they're probably sitting on the other side of this saying, oh, this guy's 22, he doesn't have kids. I get it, but I've also been very involved in youth sports over the last 8 years or so. And I've seen the unfortunate demise firsthand. And I've dealt with the young athletes that are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old that despise their parents for making them do something that they don't want to do.
Bones from Lincoln, appreciate you. Kevin from Lincoln, appreciate you. Unknown texter, yes, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you all. We can't read them all. Appreciate you all texting and support, because those are important topics. And the thing about it, man, when you talk about important topics like that, it's going to rub some nerves, it's going to rub some nerves, but also the more importantly than that, it brings awareness, which is a good thing.
Once again, is it making you mad, or are you getting annoyed, or you wanted to change the channel because you don't want to hear it, or because you don't want to realize that you're contributing to the problem instead of being the reason it stops?
Well, quick one right here. Billy Joe Bob, good morning. What about parents that don't want their kid to quit because their parents knows in 20 years there's a good chance their kid will regret it as a parent did? That's a tough one. I mean, that's a tough one. And I would say this, Billy Joe Bob, and that's a very good, like I said, it's a great comment. That was a tough one for me, because, perfect example for me was golf.
Yeah.
Keenan, he felt it wasn't interested anymore. Now he's like, Pops, I wish you would have pushed me more. He goes, but here, I'll say this, Billy Bob. He says this. He goes, but I'm glad you didn't, because it would have strained our relationship. So I will say this. I'll take a kid being disappointed in me for not pushing them to do something they didn't want to do at the time. When it's something, obviously, if it's school, I'm going to push you regardless of how you feel, because you live in my house, that's what you're going to do. But if it's something that's elective, I'd rather have the long-term great relationship than 3 years of pushing them something they really don't want to do, and you strain the relationship. Because if you look at overall, I got a lot of people that I know who don't have great relationships with their kids because they pushed into something they really didn't want to do. And some had some regrets later. They did a little bit more.
Yeah.
The kid goes, but you know what? I wouldn't sacrifice what we have now.
I think I think communication, as Pete said, communication can keep all of that to a minimum, right? Talk to your kid.
Yeah.
Like that's like something that you just expect them to want to go swing, or you expect them to want to go practice nonstop. And like, they might, or they might not realize that they want to until it's gone. I get that. But having a thorough actual conversation with them.
Yeah.
Not just in passing, not just when you're
Continuous.
in the car. Like a thorough conversation of, hey, where it doesn't have to be the deepest conversation. It's, hey, where's your head at? What are you thinking? Are you excited? Are you enjoying your team? You can find out a lot about somebody and learn a lot about, I think, your child by just talking to them and having a conversation.
Yeah, Pete, there's so many people texting in about this. And Brad from Baldwin says, I had the privilege to meet Pete, both as a coach for my daughter and coach against him. True stand-up guy. Another one said, man, youth sports is a huge part of my kid's success. You know what? My father, I'll say this real quick before we go to RGT and close out. I was not allowed to play football tackle football until my freshman year in high school. I couldn't play youth football. I couldn't play midget league football because the games were on Sundays. My dad was a pastor, and he goes, my dad was old school. God rest his soul. And as angry as I was, disappointed I was, my older brothers weren't allowed to play either. We could play YMCA, flag football, as long as it was not on Sunday, because my father's convictions were stronger than because he feels, son, if I'm the pastor, now I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, he stuck to his convictions. He goes, son, the optics wouldn't look good if I'm the pastor, I'm leaving church, or you're leaving church and I'm telling everybody else I want their families there, but you're not there because you're playing youth football on a Sunday. Exactly. And he goes, it's not wrong that it's on Sundays. He goes, but the optics would look right for me as a pastor. And you know what? I was pissed about it. But as I'm older now, I'm like, yeah, I wish I could have played. But you know what? My father stuck to his convictions. So there's always a couple ways to say of it, man. But my father on Sundays, he was not having that on Sundays. Pete knows what I'm talking about, man. So, but you know what? I'm glad that he did what he did. I'm excited to have Pete in each Wednesday, just for the response it shows is even more important. It's even more important. So we're going to take a quick break, folks. We'll be back with RGT and the Attitude Adjustment. We'll be right back. 93.7 A Ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. But it's not just me. Folks all over town are getting into shape with the FXB program. Guys like Ryan, who joined at the same time I did a year and a half ago.
Yeah, Mark, I'm in better shape than I have been in quite some time. The people at Farrell's are awesome. The instructors keep the workouts fun, and the owners are engaged and committed to the success of all of their members.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the Judgment-Free Zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. See Home Club for details.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
93.7 The Ticket has moved downtown, and you're invited to join us for New Beginnings. Join us for our grand opening on Thursday, October 5th at 6 p.m. to celebrate our new space with ribbon cuttings and more. Raising Cane's will be on site to provide entertainment and prizes as we bring downtown Lincoln the newest hangout spot for its favorite radio station. It's 93.7 The Ticket's grand opening at the new 11th and O location, sponsored by Raising Cane's. Tune in throughout the week for more information on times.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget,
They deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back again on The Drive. Raff is rapping in Alabama.
All right. Well, AD, can we open it?
Raff is rapping down south, the dirty south, the D-U-R-D-Y, the dirty south. RGT. Let's roll with it.
Here we go.
It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take right now.
What you got for us, Raff?
All right, before I get to Raff's Good Take, there was a lot of texts I got yesterday saying they were trying to change Raff's Good Take. They said, no, Raff's Roadies will not stand for it. They love the song. Maybe we'll add some air horns and stuff to it.
I was going to say, hey, Raff, don't use plural when there's only one person talking. All right?
No,
it's singular. Don't use plural when you just need singular.
Now that you've got older, Nick, you got more of an edge to you. I'm afraid you're going to start yelling at me or something.
Yeah, 'cause I never yell.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to my buddy. Came down to Alabama to watch Maddox Duval play. He's 8th grade junior high football. Just impressed just with the person he is. Puts up straight A's. Just a really good person. Plays multiple sports, baseball, basketball, football. Asked him how much he's benching now. I think he might be edging close maybe to 115 pounds now. He's benching 205. Probably runs, I would guess, probably maybe a 4.75, 4.8 40. Just absolutely can fly. He had one catch for 70 yards and one run for 62 yards. He was out in the middle of the first quarter because they're already up like 40-0. So, So Douglas Eagles, junior high football, Maddox Duval, I'm proud of you. So that's my Raff's Good Take.
Love it, man, love it. You watched him play on Monday, was it, Raff?
Yeah, it was wild. Just he plays cornerback on defense, just comes up and just hits people. Pancake blocks. Ron Brown would have a smile on his face. He doesn't go out to block. He goes out to put you on the ground. And that's not chop blocking. That is going face to face with people and absolutely rolling people. It's
giving them the business.
It's crazy to watch him play. He is aggressive but yeah, it was fun. It's been fun to watch him progress. I remember watching him, they would barely ever throw the ball. It'd be jet sweep, jet sweep, jet sweep. Now they're throwing. I mean, it's fun to watch the last, 6-7 years.
Love it. Big congrats to Mad Max, man. Continued success to the young man too, working hard. The AD Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring for district support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time days, evenings, and weekends. Help ensure a meaningful life for the people you support and help them achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. AD Attitude Adjustment today is a quote that I read. I love it. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. The bad days give experience. The worst days give lessons. And the best days give memories. Don't regret it, folks. We all got some things that we wish we could take back. Believe me, I got a billion of them. But those good days always bring that happiness. Those bad days give experience. And the worst days give you a lot of lessons. Nick, we all got a lot of lessons, that's for sure, man. But the best days give memories. This was definitely a great day so far to kick it off, folks. We hope we have to kick your Wednesday off on a good start.
How could we not talk Husker football? How horrible of us.
edgy, Nick. Edgy.
Off the radio.
Edgy. This old guy drinking all that coffee, so edgy.
we got 20 seconds, gentlemen.
Raff, what's the plans today, man?
Today I'm just gonna enjoy Alabama. I got stuff I got to take care of right now, so I got to log off, let everyone know, have an exceptional, tremendous day, and we will talk to you tomorrow on the drive.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Drink locally and support local businesses during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 2nd through the 8th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.